Everything okay? Okay, listen, welcome everybody to this webinar here. We really appreciate everybody attending as we always do. And, you know, it's a kind of a, we don't usually have them on Thursdays, but it was the one that worked out for us this time. So hopefully those that don't make it here can catch the recording. We are obviously starting a new year. It's the 16th year, actually, of the Coach's Corner service. Started in 2006. So we're now into the 4th year of Darko becoming our lead coach, which was in November of 2017. And I can tell you that the service has never, ever been this good. It really hasn't. And this is, and it's never been this effective in teaching people how to trade. And it's because of the direction that the Coach's Corner has taken since Darko became the lead coach. And the biggest difference is that everything he does in terms of trading is in real time. We've never had that before, and never after the fact. No hindsight, total transparency. So it's no faking it either. When he posts a trade, it's either he takes it or he doesn't take it, right? And he'll let people know if he doesn't take it. As you probably already know, last November, we split the Coach's Corner into 2 parts. One for CC day trading, which Darko runs, and then the other one is CC scalping, which I run. And we did that because it's way too difficult for one person to do everything in one service, like handle all different trading styles and have any kind of a life. Like, it is incredibly difficult. You just, you can imagine 28 pairs on 3 trading styles. You just did forget it. I don't know how Darko even did it for as long as he did. Anyway, today we're going to talk about both services. We also have a really special bonus, and that is several of our members have kindly agreed to come forward and just offer some comments about the CC service. We really appreciate this because we thought it would be beneficial for others to hear from besides Darko and I, right? So Darko's going to get on first. Before we get Darko on, though, I'm actually going to have one of our members just say a few words now because she's relatively new to the service, and I know she's been following us along on YouTube and stuff for a while, but I thought it would be useful to hear her initial impressions. Her name is Penny, and she is from Australia. And let me just do this. There she is right there. That's such a nice picture, Penny. There you go. And yeah, I think it's like just after 7 o'clock for you now, right?
It is, yes. I had to get up early and have a couple of coffees. But I'm ready to
coffee, a little bit of Vegemite. You ready to go?
I did have Vegemite.
I tried that once. It just about killed me. But anyway, I digress. Well, go ahead, Penny. You're on the air here.
Sure. Well, as you said, Vic, I was probably the biggest social media fan you and Darko had for a good year. My only regret is I wish I'd joined sooner. You guys reveal all your secrets, and I found when I was following on social media, you're so generous with all the free info that you give out, and it's just it's honest, good stuff. But I found I was sort of in seeking mode. I was always sort of trying to fill in the gaps. And when I finally signed up, I went from seeking to knowing, because Coach's Corner, you tell everything, all the secrets are revealed, and suddenly I got absolute crystal clarity in my trading plan, and the rest was down to me. When all the, when you're not trying to seek anymore, suddenly you realize it's all about your psychology that you've got to work on. You've got all the answers there, and then you just have to work on yourself. And when you get that clarity, that's when you get confidence in your trading. And so it's just, I've been a member now for maybe just a month, if that, and my confidence has just gone through the roof in this last month, mainly because of, it's just a simple, systematic approach, 3 patterns only, really strict rules. I found I was a bit of a rule breaker. I knew my stuff, but I could so easily go off chasing the latest shiny penny over in the corner. And this is where Darko, being a police officer, comes in. It's his hard-ass attitude and personality. Just make sure we stick to the rules, and you don't get away with anything with Darko.
No.
He's the hardest working, most passionate coach I've ever come across in my life.
I know.
And the best thing I found is like Darko's been open and shared his 5-year goals with us, and his identity is absolutely tied to our success. He wants to be the best trader coach in the world, and for that to happen, we have to win as well. And I know there are a lot of coaches out there that are run by ego, and they need to be better than you. And if you look like you're coming up behind them and there's a chance that you could outshine them, they'll sort of push you down and hide things. But no, everything in Coach's Corner is just open, all secrets revealed. Everyone shows up 110%, and there's just no way you can't succeed.
Awesome. Penny, thank you so much. We really appreciate you sharing these little tidbits with us. I'll let Darko continue from here. Darko, I've got to make you the presenter here. Just 1 second.
Sure.
So you can go ahead and start your PowerPoint right from there, if that's okay.
Sure. Let's see here. Show my screen. I assume that you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you and we see your screen right now. That's perfect.
Perfect. Thank you. So hi, everyone, and Happy New Year to everyone. And thank you so much for being here. And especially thank you for those who are listening to the recording afterwards. My name is Darko, and I'm the lead coach for the Day Trading Service, also known as Darko's Day Trading Academy. So let's start with my game plan for 2021. So I will be continue trading based on pure price action trading, like I've been doing since day one. That's November 2017. So I will be trading around key levels of support and resistance, is what I call significant necklines. And I will continue identifying those the same way I've been doing since day one. So, and we will have full focus on the monthly chart, and then we will work ourselves down into our entry time frame, which is the hourly chart. Okay. The patterns we will be trading for 2021 will be the same as usual: swing break rotation, set and forget, and ACAT. And this is something that I always tell my clients is I need to kindly ask you to not ask me about anything else, okay? Get always questions or private messages. Hey, Darko, why don't you trade this and that? We just need to focus on the most frequent patterns that's like occurring in the market frequently. They are almost like set and forgets, swing break rotation, ACATs, almost on daily basis, not literally on daily basis, but almost on daily basis, okay? Trade management, I have strict rules for trade management, and I have obviously bonus videos about how I do things, everything. I'm not holding anything back from anyone. We will be trading hands-on and hands-off, depending if you are going with or against the trend, okay? So it's the same thing we have been doing for the past 3 years. The pairs we are trading is actually the same that since day one. It's all these 27, 28 pairs that we have been trading since November 2017. And if anyone wants me to analyze anything else, that's not a problem. I just do a micro PMA when needed. So if someone wants me to cover oil, gold, or whatever that might be, so that's not a problem. I don't do those on daily basis, but I do those when my clients ask me to do those, and I just do a micro PMA for them. Okay, so the only trading style that I'm going to be focusing on for 2021 will be day trading. Okay, and I will tell you why. Since day one, I have never, lied to anyone. I never said I was a scalper or a swing trader or a position trader. I said I was a day trader. That's all I am. So, and that's, I see those signals without any effort. I trust those. It's like less overwhelming. I don't need to reset my mindset to, those different time frame combinations and the overwhelming factor for me and my clients. It just, makes my life much more easier. And if I'm doing actually 4 trading styles and 28 pairs, basically I will be, it's just like too stressful. I miss signals. I get, you just do one thing and do it properly and become the best in the world doing it. The PMAs will be provided Tuesday to Friday, so there is no PMAs on Mondays. And on Friday, we don't trade non-farm payrolls. That's a big red flag news. So on Friday, that usually comes the first Friday of the month. And then that specific day, there is no PMA and there is no live coaching. And obviously, if like something if I need to produce something or an educational PMA, I usually do those on those Fridays or on those Mondays when we usually don't have PMAs. So so if like something sets up on a Monday that it's like too good to be ignored, then I just do a short PMA, or if I want to cover like anything else that I want to do. I usually use the Monday like to plan the entire week of basically marking like those significant necklines, and just have like a bias for the week and make sure that I'm ready for whatever happens. And we all know that based on my 15 years of doing this, 8 Mondays out of 10 are completely useless. What I mean by that is like either no trades, and if you get filled, you probably have a losing trade. So it's just like two Mondays out of 10 are actually winning Mondays. So with those stats, you know, we better be safe than sorry. So we have specific rules for how to trade Mondays if there are any patterns occurring. I'm actually recording a bonus video for how to trade Sunday opens on Monday, and I will post that before this coming Monday. And now it's prime time to hear one of my stage 4 clients, Leo.
Hello. Hi, yeah. Just wanted to say that I joined the service in 2017, the same time as Darko became lead coach, and it's been an incredible ride, I have to say. It's been fantastic. Before that, I was part of Peter Brand's Factor Service, you know, the commodity trader, and Steve Nissen, the Japanese candlestick guru, and that didn't really do it for me. But I've been following CC, you know, on some YouTube videos, and I thought, okay, let's give it a go. And then it was just a complete revelation. It was really exciting to join, because Darko, he gave an incredibly objective, clear set of trading rules for entering a trade, for trade management, and when not to trade as well. And there was a lot of tough love as well. Yeah, he was very, very honest right from the beginning, and that was really appreciated. And I have to say that, you know, since 2017, I've come a long way, and it's been a fantastic journey. And I have to thank the CC service for providing something amazing. So thank you. That's pretty much all I want to say.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Leo. And as you all know, you are one of my top students. I'm very proud to have you with me since day one. So thank you so much for your time. Let's continue. Let's see if I let's see here. One sec. Yes, perfect. So you might ask yourself, will this service be useless if you are like a swing trader or a position trader? Absolutely not. It's the same approach applies regardless of your trading style. So the only difference are the time frame combinations, and I made like endless of contents on the website where you can actually see how you can scalp like a professional trader and how you can swing trade position trades. And obviously, if you are a swing trader or a position trader and you want to join the service, well, just feel free to ask any questions you want, and I will be more than happy to help you. I won't be covering those on daily basis. I will only covering those if there are a requirement from my clients. So yeah, the time frame combination is the only difference. The approach is the same. Okay. So what is this day trading service? This is an educational service, and this is one of the biggest misconception among people who's like want to join. This is only an educational service. I teach you how to become a consistent, profitable trader. Okay, and this is not an alert service that many people might think, where you like just sit back and relax and wait for me to do the work for you. Okay. It's important to understand that it's not my job to find every trading opportunity for you, because there are times that I miss trading opportunities. The reason for it is because I don't want to give you excuses, but the thing is that I'm literally working 18 hours a day, 7 days a week to make this go around for my clients. I have like lots of stuff going on in the background with everything that I'm doing for run my service, my part of it, with everything with social media, my podcast and everything. So just like there are I'm doing so much in the background. So there will be time where I actually miss a lot of opportunities lately, or at least for last year, for December. So I'm trying to refocus and make sure that I'm actually, as usual, doing my best to do my lead coaching. So my job as a lead coach is to teach you how to, leave stage 1, 2, 3, and, take you to an early stage of stage 4. That's my job. And I see that very, very clearly, like when people join my service, and the type of questions they are asking, and then like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months later, I just see how they are leveling up. Maybe they don't see it for themselves, but I see it very, very clearly. And we all started as a stage 1 trader. So it's like, we all started there, and it's obviously up to you to follow my instructions to reach an early stage of stage 4. Okay. And what I do is I show you samples, live samples. So when I say pending order, or I have a premium charts update, that means that trade will be taken on my live account. And the management is, the way we do it is like no secret. Okay. Something that you need to ask yourself, and you have to be honest. The same way I'm honest to you, you have to be honest with yourself, because you can lie to me and everyone else around you, but you can probably not lie to yourself. Okay. Do you really want this? Because I'm very sure that not every single one of my clients want this, really want this. Okay. Are you here for the right reasons? Yeah, you have to ask you those questions. And working hard is all we do, because trust me when I say this, my service diverged very, very much from anything else you have been experiencing before. Okay. The first 4 to 6 weeks, you have to listen, observe, study hard, and take notes through all the contents, because there are like lots of videos that you need to actually watch more than 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 times. Okay. So I highly encourage you to not overwhelm yourself and everyone else around you in the service once you join, because you can't rush through things. Okay. People will, this is one of the most common questions I get. Hey, Darko, how long does it take for me to learn your system? Well, it takes you a couple of months, I would say 3 months, to get a feeling for what I'm doing. Okay. The first month or 2 is very, very overwhelming. It's just like, oh geez, this is mission impossible. This guy is, might be subjective or contradicting myself or whatever that might be. But then after 3 months, once you get a feeling for it, and then another 3 months to apply, and understand the foundational of what I'm teaching and apply it in a live market, and then I will sound like a broken record. So it will be very overwhelming. We need to understand this, that the first 2 months, just like, this is mission impossible. There's no way I will get my head around this. It's just like too much information. And I have like clients been trading for 15 years, and they send me a private message and say, Darko, I didn't know anything about the market for the past 15 years. And I'm not making things up. Trust me, everything that I tell you is happening in real life. I'm never ever told you like a story like I just made up. So it's just, everything I do is just a true story. Okay. If you're serious about this, you give yourself 12 months. Okay. It's just like everything else you do. You don't become a doctor or a teacher or whatever that might be profession in like 1 or 2 months. Okay. So if you are a stage 1, to stick to one pattern, just do one thing. That's what I've been saying since November 2017. Okay, just do one thing, do it properly. Just do, like, if you're a day trader, just do day trading, one trading style, one pattern. Once you reach stage 4 trader, you can always add more patterns. I would say don't do it. Instead of adding more patterns, add more pairs. If Forex not enough, go to stocks, to commodities or indices. There are lots of trading instruments out there that you can be trading. And I'm, just for fun, I usually go and see how things are working on other trading instruments, just working perfectly fine. It's the same approach that I teach for Forex works on anything tradable. Okay. And choose a pattern that stands out to you without any effort. The same thing I've been saying since 2000. That's super important. because if it doesn't stand out to you like a shining star, everything becomes so, it's hard work. It is so much effort for it. Trading should be effortless. Okay, I never look for trades. I usually say trades look for me. It stands out to me like a shining star, or I just don't take it. Okay, and if you don't know what to choose, I would say choose set and forgets. Set and forgets is basically support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support, and we have specific rules for exactly what to do this. And then you just trade like how many pairs that you can handle without getting overwhelmed, stressed, or bored. Some people can handle like 2 pairs. Some people can handle like 8, 10, 12, 20. There's like no one size fits all. Okay, so you have to ask yourself and be honest, how many pairs can I handle without getting too overwhelmed? Okay, and it just takes you longer to get to a stage 4 trader, if you ever do, if you just trade all the patterns, all the pairs, just overwhelming yourself, and you will probably lose interest. You don't see results, you lose money, and then you quit and jump system and go somewhere else. And that never ending cycle that I'm actually talking about in my my podcast. So, and the problem is, regardless of what I say and how much I emphasize things, you will probably, very few people follow my instructions, unfortunately. And that's, sad story to see, because, when the same person asks the same question like 10 times, I just, this guy or girl doesn't pay attention. And when that happens, then your chance to make it will decrease. And then you get frustrated and you have to blame someone, and that someone is me, my system, and blame yourself for not following instructions. Okay, now it's prime time to hear one of my top traders, and I really, there's no, this guy is special because he sees things. I'm very impressed how and I'm actually never ever have private message Daniel or had an email from him or anything. This is like, yeah, this guy have a very, very bright future. Same for Leo and everyone else that is speaking today. So I'm very proud to introduce one of my top students, Daniel. So go ahead, Daniel, and nice to hear your
everyone.
voice.
Hi, Darko. My name is, as Darko said, Daniel, and I've been Darko's student for almost 1.5 years. And Darko's teachings really opened my eyes for Forex market, and I started treating it like a business, and I'm working my way to become a professional Forex trader. And I know, and I'm even sure that I'm on the right path. And every day's PMAs and Darko's micro videos, and of course our Telegram chat are golden and very resourceful. They taught me to look at Forex market as a real professional. Now, when I look at charts, I know what I'm looking at, and most importantly, I know what to wait for, because trading is definitely a waiting game. And I'm focused and patient, and these trades are very, very important. I'm a day trader, and I had my breakthrough in the middle of last year, I think. And from then, I knew exactly what I'm doing. I managed to have gains from 1 to 2% each month. But lately, I see increase in my results, and this year started for me and for all of us really great. I almost made 600 pips in January, so it started really, really great. But in trading, you have to forget about losing, and even faster about winning trades, and move on. Of course, I make mistakes, but month after month, there are less of them, and of course, I learn from them. And this year will be my best at trading, and I'm sure of it, and because I'm willing to put as much hard work as possible to make my dream come true. to be a professional Forex trader. And to summarize a bit, I'd like to personally thank you, Darko, for everything what you are doing for our community, for your hard work and commitment to our success. You are our greatest motivation. Thanks.
Oh, thank you, Daniel, and I'm honored to be working with you guys and girls, and yeah, and I'm honestly I used to, you know, I'm very sure that, you know, both you and Leo, and we have some other obviously members that is working their selves up into stage 4 trading, that one day I will read about you in newspapers, because I will be very proud and just, you know, point and say, you know, that person was actually one of my students for some years ago, and now look what they become. And obviously we are honored to have you guys and girls in our service. So thank you, Daniel. You know, some final comments. Trust me when I say this, I always back up what I say. I don't BS people. I tell you this, I'm running one of the best service in the world. The reason for it is what I teach is actually working in real market. You see all these juicy, you know, fancy trading setups that you read in books or online, and just they work and looks very, very nice in hindsight. It doesn't matter which pattern you are trading or reading about, or someone is teaching you. If you cannot see it, identify that level in the live market. Hindsight kings and queens that don't pay bills, okay? And I never ever hindsight BS anyone. And the thing with me is, this is, people say, is this your job? No, this is not my job. This is my passion, okay? Because if it was my job, it just like feels like a job, okay? So this is, I'm literally pouring my souls into my service. Like, if you are a paying client, I could do anything for you. You can, like, I'm basically around 18 hours a day. So even though I'm not in the room, you know, every single minute, I'm in the background. I'm just like a text message away, and I will never turn my back on you. So I'm literally doing everything in my power to help you. And I really genuinely care about you, and I want you to make it. Okay. And I have helped many traders before you, and I will definitely help many people after you. So, and I truly care about your success, and I want you to make it. And just, you know, I just want you to do your best effort. So, so yeah, you know, let's just make 2021 the best trading year so far. And that's had been the main theme, because since I started 2017, every single year has been better than the previous one. So this will be no exception. Mark my words. I will do my best to take my team to the top. And we survived 2020. Like, who survived 2020? You know, how can you like backtest a pandemic? How can you backtest like everything happened in 2020? So just surviving and you know, using the patterns that I'm using and reading the market the way I do. 2020 was the biggest wake-up call ever for all of us, and obviously my approach survived, which I'm very thankful for. So whatever is around the corner for 2021, I will be prepared. So mark my words. And I truly hopefully think and believe that you want your best, and you know, give me an honest opportunity and chance to help you, and hopefully you will make a change for your life, you know, 2-3 years from now. Thank you so much for listening. Over to Vic.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Darko. I need to make me show my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. You know, I tell you what, everything that Darko just said about the his Coach's Corner Day Trading Academy applies to the coaches, to the scalping. It applies to anything. I mean, all of the kind of rules, the approach, the way that we trade, support resistance with patterns, it's all the same stuff. There should be no conflict in anything. And so I hope you really paid some attention. I could have actually put his presentation in for this scalping, but there are some differences here. I'm going to start off with a we really decided this time that we wanted to have a few other people say things besides Darko and I, because we probably have a biased opinion about our services. But I got a really nice note from Chuck, who I've known for a very, very long time, and I'm just going to start off with that. He's been around the Coach's Corner for a long time. His comments are really appropriate for the Coach's Corner in general. What Darko's doing, what I'm doing, etc. And Chuck was supposed to be here live, but unfortunately, he contacted me a short while ago, and he's under the weather today. So he sent this along, and I'll just show you what he said here. He sent this along with his apologies for not being able to be here, but he said, I've been a member of the Coach's Corner on and off. Let me just make sure I got my other. There we go. On and off for several years now. Vic and Darko have always provided an excellent mentoring service, far better than anything else out there, and for very reasonable costs. Vic and Darko go out of their way to help each individual client find success with their trading. I recently joined the CC upon finding out about Vic's new New York session scalping service, because this fits in perfectly for when I'm able to be in front of my computer to trade, because he lives in the US Pacific Northwest, not far from where I live. I'm in British Columbia, Canada, as well as my preferred style of trading. For those who are new to trading or new to Forex trading, I highly recommend joining the CC. With the instructional videos, daily support resistance level videos, and chart screenshots on the website, along with the chat room and flash webinars, the new Forex trader has everything needed to find success quickly. Vic and Darko have always been very quick to respond to any questions that come up from clients. One can't ask for a better service than this, from Chuck. And I really, really appreciate that, Chuck. That was very, very nice of you to send that message along. And so let's just have a look and see what I got here. And I think the first thing I want to just clear up something about scalping. What it is, there's misconceptions about it, and I want to be clear. This is not trading in and out of the market all day long, staring at the computer with your eyes bugged out, getting little tiny pip gains all day long. And I think a lot of people think of scalping on 1 and 2 minute, 3 minute charts, and we just don't do that. For our service, it's the same as day trading or any other thing, any other style. We just use different time frame combinations that Darko was alluding to. We use daily and 4 hour for our trend and our support resistance levels, and our entry is on a 15-minute chart. And the idea is to get into trades with very small pip risk, usually 10 to 20 pips. That's normal. As volatilities change, that can change a bit too. But right now, it's 20 pips is usually a maximum kind of a risk. But we can still go for much, much bigger moves when we're trading with the trends. And there's a real advantage to being in with these small pips. And here's something to understand is that we can't just compare total pip gains. What's important is our reward risk. Our reward risk is very high because we have much smaller initial pip risk. If you have a 15 pip risk and you make 75 pips, it's a 5 to 1, right? Whereas if you're risking 25 or 30 pips, it's still a good reward risk, but not like when you're risking small like that. The difference between our services are a couple things here. I don't do a PMA. That's a pre-market analysis video with scalping. There's no way I could do it and keep up. I mean, things just change too quickly, and I just wouldn't be able to keep up. But I do post potential setups in advance, right, when I'm able to. I'm only around during the New York session because I'm in the Pacific time zone. I have to get up pretty early here. Usually I get up about 4:30 in the morning, 4:45 my time, and then, get into the room and see what's going on. So, it's just the way, it's just where I live. There's a few different patterns. I do use head and shoulders and divergence, and we have this pattern number 4. There is a guide to them all on our site. And I use swing breaks, just very much like what the day traders use as well. Another thing with scalping, you need to be on top of trade management much more, okay? Because the general principles that we use are the same as any other trading style. However, when you're risking, say, 15 pips as an example, and all of a sudden you're up 15 pips or 20 pips, you want to do something with that, and that can happen very, very quickly. right? So you do need to be on top of the trade once you're in it. But there's a lot of time not doing anything. We're just waiting, and that's really important. Like Darko said, this is an educational service, not an alert service. That's not what this is. Because a lot of the times, all of London, I'm not even around. I'm sleeping at that time. So traders have got to learn how to do this, and then I post trades whenever I can for the New York session, of course, and I do post them in advance. All other comments that I just said, I just mentioned before from Darko are applicable to scalping. Okay, so that's really important to know. There's some great benefits with scalping, and I'm telling you all this because it's a relatively new service. We just started this at end of November last year, so. But you can start with a really small account, and you can't really necessarily do that when you're trading higher time frames with bigger pip risks. We have small pip risks, so you can start with quite a small account. Small pip stops, right? That means that you can trade more lots, still keep your same account risk, but you can grow your account faster. Now, listen, you can also lose it a lot faster as well. It's a two-edged sword, so you better really have a handle on what you're doing. Scalps can be turned into longer-term trades. You can get very, very large reward risks because we use deep retracement entries with patterns. Okay, so. And that's a bit of a difference too. If we don't get a deep retracement entry, we don't get a trade, which means we could miss a move. But when you get a deep retracement pattern, the risk can be removed quite quickly generally, and reward risk can be huge with less price movement, right? Than you might have required with a longer term trade setup. The other thing is too, because we're using 15-minute charts for our entry, usually, not all the time, but we can get in much quicker when the market turns at a support or resistance level, okay? And you can use any session for scalping, of course. The downside of scalping is important to know too. You need, there's more attention needed to the chart than there is with longer term trading. And that's mostly, when I say that, it's mostly in terms of trade management. Really, really important, okay? The other downside of trading, like I mentioned earlier, it's a really fast way to lose everything if you don't have a solid plan that you follow consistently. If you start getting antsy because nothing's going on, you're clicking in and out, you're going to start chewing away at your account and lose it all. It just takes just as much patience as it does with any other kind of trading. You hear Daniel talking about, how patient he is now, and he doesn't make 600 pips this month by being impatient. He had to be patient. So. And it can get very, very overwhelming if you're trying to cover all the patterns and all the pairs. And Darko talked about this as well. Pick one and stay with it. So now what I would like to do is get Her Royal Highness Susan on here for a second here. Susan's new as well. Highness, huh? I like that. So I just thought, it's good to hear from new people and their impressions of it all that. So go ahead there, Susan.
Awesome. So look, I didn't come to you guys as a brand new trader, but I come to you guys as a very, very confused trader. The last probably 6 to 12 months, I'd kind of been opening my charts and I just couldn't make head nor tail of them. And I knew I had to do something. And look, I've been with Coach's Corner for 3 weeks now, and I cannot believe the clarity I have gained in those couple of weeks. I've now been able to refine my trading plan again. It's straight, it's clear, concise. I now sit down, I've got a complete and utter daily routine which I follow, and I've even got a little bit of spare time for myself now, which is really, really good. I find the posting of the setups very helpful. I'm definitely not using those as, just taking those and putting them on blindly. I don't do that. But what that actually does for me is it confirms that I've done my analysis right and my entries are spot on. And, even when I miss them and they're posted, that means a great deal to me because I'm reassuring in my mind the setup, how it's meant to be set up, where I would have taken it. So look, that is honestly a priceless thing that Coach's Corners offers. And as Darko would say, there's no BS. If it's a losing trade, you know, we go through that as well. Look, probably the best things I like about Coach's Service and why I would highly recommend it is that any queries that I've got get answered straight away by Vic. He's been absolutely amazing. And look, I know Darko is exactly the same as well. I like things getting answered quickly and straight away. I can then clear them from my mind and move on. New York session is really late for me, but you know, I've made this commitment with these guys to get my trading back on track, and you know, sitting in on these live sessions has just seriously fast-tracked everything that I'm doing. I do want to quickly just run a little example that I did the other week, and this is what you can expect from the coaches, and this is, I just found this priceless. I took a trade actually while Vic was on holidays. He had a week off, and so we all should. And I stewed on that trade for 24 hours. It ended up being a losing trade, but you know, I had done the trade management. 24 hours later, I decided to reach out to Vic to go through the trade. I knew it was a good trade and I knew the rules were met, but I couldn't understand why that trade, I actually lost that trade. Anyway, Vic contacted me. We went through the trade, and you know what? Yeah, it was a good trade. It was just that I probably traded at the complete and utter wrong time. So, you know, getting stuff like that is absolutely brilliant, and I can see where I'm going to go with these guys, and I will leave it there. Thank you so much, Vic.
Oh, thank you, Susan. I know that trade you're talking about, and that was one that was done in a really kind of illiquid time at the end of the year. I think it was not a lot going on, but they're kind of dangerous times to trade. But no worries. And you know, I got to tell you, Susan has actually been really good at picking out levels sometimes that I miss. I love that. You know, it's like Daniel and Leo and others in the day trading service. Sometimes because these guys are good, and they'll find things that it's easy. You know, when you're doing all this on 28 pairs, it's nice to have other eyes on everything, that not just you. So that's great. Thank you so much, Susan. Really appreciate it. And the last person, I just want to have one more person on who I really am happy to have. Another longtime member of the Coaches Corner Service is Henry Sand, and he is. Let me just bring his little mug up here. There he is. Henry's very experienced. He really knows what he's doing. He's been around the block. He's been doing this for a long time, and he's very, very good. He's a good trader. And he has also very kindly offered to say a few words about the CC service. And I am going to unmute your mic right now, Henry. Whoops. Or maybe you can do it. Let's see here. Whoops. I think that, let me see here. Henry, I think you have to unmute your own mic. Oh, try it again. I think there you go.
Okay. Yeah. Looked like we were.
First of all, tell us where you are here.
Well, that picture is on the Kennedy Center in Florida. And if you ever have the opportunity to visit Central Florida, don't only stay in Orlando and all those parks. Just go to the Kennedy Center. It's awesome. It's really, really cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and that's one of the rockets, and so yeah, nice picture.
Yeah, really cool.
Well, regarding the Coaches Corner service, you know, I was trying to. I don't know when I started with you guys. I mean, with you, Vic, actually, but it's a long time ago. I would guess probably 2003 or something like that. You know, so yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, probably 2006. Yeah. That's when I
yeah.
started.
I don't know.
Might have been there before then. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think, well, it's probably, when did you start with Shirley doing the London close thing?
Yeah, that was
Or-
later. That was probably, I don't know, 2008, 9.
Yeah,
something.
it was
10.
probably earlier than that, because I was already a trader when you guys introduced that that thing that I used a lot. I'm still trading that that time frame. And but the important thing about the coach's corner is actually that you get to learn the fundamentals of trading, which are, number one, trading psychology. And I still recommend Trading in the Zone. Awesome book. If you haven't read it, go back to it. And I still reread that book at least once a year. And number two thing is something that I learned very early from you, Vic. And basically, I'm probably, when the very early days when you work with Chris Laurie, sometimes saying that basically, if you just take trade, randomly, if you just manage them properly, you probably will end up making money. So that's the point, is that trade management is everything. And if on top of that you learn a very good system like Darko's, or any support and resistance system, that just give you an edge, that you need to learn and learn properly and practice, and then you're over the you're over the top. You can go over the top. So I follow the coach's corner. I already have my little own style of trading that comes with experience, and things that I feel comfortable with. But all this small risk opportunities are great, because risk reward is everything. And you're going to have losers, so having small losses is okay, it's fine. And one of the things that it was most difficult for me, but I learned with you guys, is just how to manage trade to basically get more of, let the winners run. That is very important. So the other thing that I think is awesome on the coach's corner is actually the community. And I'm probably hanging in here because I really appreciate the community, and this can end up being a very lonely business. And so having you guys for support, for questions, because you never learn everything, and having other people with experience around answering questions and helping you out makes you feel safer on what you're doing. Mainly when you are starting, because you can start with the right path, and then as single losers come your way, and then you start doubting everything you're doing. And that's where you need more experienced people that will tell you, check that you're actually following your plan, that everything is the right path for you, and it's just a probability game that is not helping you on that particular moment. And so that I consider that important too. And in terms of things that are out there, I think this is one of the best service out there. I've been with you guys for a long time, and I still learn, a lot, here and there. And from you guys and from other experiences, other questions of other traders, and I think that community part is very important.
Awesome.
That's
hey,
kind of it.
yeah. Hey, listen, no, Henry, thank you so much. I think you're right. That's something we didn't really mention, is the community of this, because it's, like you say, it's a lonely business, and just to have somebody to bounce things off of is really good to have. So thank you so much, Henry. Really appreciate you. Not just appreciate you for all of the years you've been with us, and your comments today and everything. It's very nice.
Yeah, I'm not a professional trader, because I have another business that I own with partners, and then is international. I travel a lot, so traveling was never a very good ally to my trading. But I mean, 2020 just landed me, and I traded way more this year, and I did progress this year a lot, just being able to practice and being in front of the computer and taking more trades that I wasn't able to do before. And even though I did try some position trading and some swing trading, it's hard for me. It's not in my personality. I'm definitely a scalper. I like short-term trading. And now I live in San Diego, in the San Diego area and the Pacific time zone. So the scalping service really fit my style and my time frame. And day trading is great. I mean, I really love what Darko is doing, but I can't really execute on many of those trades. So
Sure.
I'm sticking on scalping more.
Perfect. You know what? You got to stay with it. It's just like we keep saying to everybody, do what it is that works for you. You can't try to be everything. Do what works best for you. So, Henry, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay, take care. Good. That was so nice. I really appreciate Henry's comments and everything. So listen, folks, let's get going here. Just kind of wrap things up. Darko and I have talked many times about our service, what we can do to make it more user-friendly, as user-friendly as we can at least, and just figure out how people can learn in the easiest and in the fastest way possible. And as we said in our last email, what a great way this is to learn how to trade the Forex, because you get real-time setups shown to you in advance. I mean, I think the only other thing we could do is like be sitting right beside you. So so I'll leave you with these thoughts, and then I'll get to the pricing. We have a really good, I think it's a pretty good offer anyway. I hope that you find it that way. The last video that we put out said results don't lie. Well, behavior doesn't lie either. Decision, like when you decide something, that precedes action. Okay, that means you have to make that decision to do better, and then you have to do something, but you have to act on it, right? Things won't change for you by doing nothing. Like if you want to become a good trader, you have to do something. Things will change when you embrace a few key things, like when you start to dream bigger and bolder than you have before. And then you take massive action on your goals. But you hear that motivational speakers talk about this stuff all the time, and it's totally true, right? Things will also change for you when you commit to something like trading, for example, that is in alignment with your imagination and with your dreams. And then you take action based on that matchup, right? So if you think about anything that you've really done well at in your life, and it's because the reason it is because you thought about it, obviously, and you imagined it happening. It's the only way it could happen. And then you must have taken some kind of action to make it reality. Maybe you got really good at, I don't know, golf or swimming or running or some kind of a sport, or maybe a profession of some kind, whatever it is. It's the only way it can happen. And it's no different than learning to trade profitably, okay? Super good. Enough of my philosophical ranting. I trust that you get the point. Let's move on here to the pricing on here. In our services, we have 2 separate Telegram chat rooms for each one for day trading, Darko's Day Trading Academy, one for the scalping service. We have the day trading, you get the intraday micro videos, which is something different, but and you get the PMAs, of course. Both services include screenshots of trade setups, and both services have live coaching, when we're there. The current rates are this. If you go to the website, are $97 a month for either of these. You can take either the day trading or the scalping. It's $97 a month, or it's $9.97 a year. Okay, that's like $83 a month for either one of those. If you want to do both services, we call that CC Pro right here, and it's $147 a month, or it's like almost $1,400 a year. What we're doing right now, just to get right straight to it, is between now and January 10th, which is Sunday, you can get either And this is a yearly rate. There's no difference in the monthly rates, but for a yearly rate, if you want to get your teeth into this, you can take either the day trading or the scalping service. Either one of those is like $7.97 a year, $66 a month. It's just, we've never had it this inexpensive. And the CC Pro, where you get both services, is going to be $9.97 a month. Pardon me, $9.97, that should say per year, not per month. It's $83 a month. Okay. So, you know, that's for both service. Remember that was right now, that's what you get just for one service with the current rate. So that's pretty good, I think. Here is a link to that site, and I am going to give you this rate now. This is what our web page looks like right now. The current prices. If you go and look at it, that's what it says. This is the link right there. I'll just copy that and put it into your. I'll post it right here, so you can all have that. And that's what that is. And like I say, that's what the site looks like right now. This is our regular rates, right? And this is the regular yearly rates. And this is the webinar special rates right here. And it tells you all the things that are included with it. So, geez, I don't know. I hope that that's attractive. And let me just see here. Oh yeah. Let me go back here one. That's the link right there. So you can pause the recording and look at that if you need to, if you're listening to the recording. And then I want to say something else. If you have any login or membership issues, I don't mind taking questions from anybody about anything, but I don't have anything to do with subscriptions or memberships or website issues. I have to get a hold of Vic Young, who looks after all of that. And so he's at info@forexmentor.com. That's your fastest way to get action, okay? But aside from that, please contact me with any questions you have. If you have questions about day trading, contact Darko. Darko, I should have put those down here. I didn't. It's just Darko@forexmentor.com. And it's Vic Noble at forexmentor.com. And if anybody has questions, yeah, go ahead and type them in there. And I hope, and thanks again for those that kind of step forward and said a few things on our behalf. We sure appreciate that. And, you know, it's really cool to see what you're doing. That link shows monthly at $97 a month. Okay, let me just show, Susan's just saying that. So let me just go back here. Whoops. This one here. Is that what you mean? That's our regular rate. If you go to our website and go into the Forex, to the Coach's Corner, that's what you'll find. Professional is right here. This is 140. This is CC Professional in the middle, day trading on the left, scalping on the right, Pro in the middle. That includes both services per month. Okay. CC Pro is professional. Professional is, that should say, we could say Pro or professional. It's the same thing. Make sense? Yeah. So yeah, well, I'll just cap it at that, I guess. If anybody who's listening to the recording has a question, just send it directly to me. That's Vic Noble at forexmentor.com. And if you lose that address, then just simply send it to pardon me, right here, info@forexmentor. They'll get that to me. Okay. Smashing. Well, listen, you guys, thank you so much. I know that's kind of the better part of an hour. Well, we got started a few minutes later, but we really, really appreciate all of you for stepping in here. If you join us, we'd love to have you with us and help you out. And whatever your plans are, we just wish you well. 2020 was a kind of a crappy year, I think, for most people. And we just want to get past all this and move on and get some normalcy back in the world here. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for doing the recording, Vic. Thank you so much, Darko. And thanks again to all. Yeah, thanks, Darko. And thanks to all the guests who kindly said a few words. Take care.